Chapter 2. 9 little sailor boys sat up very late. One overslept himself, and then there were 8.
Filthy night. I tried to go out to get some more wood for the fire, but the wind drove me back.
A storm like that will keep us all indoors.
My apologies for the accommodations, Mr. Narracott, but all the beds are taken.
Makes one wonder where the Owens were planning to sleep, doesn't it?
A good servant follows instructions, sir. He does not question his employer, unless you'd like to share the deceased's room with the corpse.
This will do fine. Thank you, Rogers.
I'll wish you a good night then, sir.
Why don't we just throw the corpse in the living room and I can have his room? You dick.
Everyone should be sound asleep by now. Good time for a little stealth work.
Okay. So everyone's asleep, and now we have a chance. Now we have the run of the place. Can I move? Oh, this way. Okay. New soundtrack for night, too. Some nice music. Let's have a look around. We need to, What is the most pertinent thing to investigate? I would imagine it's the liquor that killed the man. If you can even call him a man. Okay, this navigation's actually kind of difficult. Do I go this way? There we go. Okay. This game doesn't have any sort of task list, does it? No, I don't think we do. Island got its name by being shaped like a wrecked ship. And also down more than a few unwary boats in its day. Okay. Alright, let's see what we can find. Some snooker. There still is one locked door. I hope it leads to the basement. Isn't that this door?
Locked.
Yeah, okay, if we have a kooky basement in this house, that'd be awesome. And I imagine that pretty soon we're going to get the run of the place and actually go over the whole island, because that map showed that there was a lot of interesting stuff poking around here. Okay, how about the dining room? Anything important we can find in here? Have a look at the sailor boys.
9 little sailor boys.
9 little sailor boys, so one snapped off. Okay, so does that suggest then that the murderer, Mr. Ewan Owen, or whoever he is somewhere in this house? Probably. I mean, of course, Owen is definitely not even his real name.
It's a rather ostentatious painting.
Oh god, enough with your ostentatious paintings. Maybe we should go upstairs and start peeking through people's keyholes. I don't know.
It's too dark to move around in there without stumbling.
I also saw a bunch of comments that were very helpful. For one thing, Miss Emily Brent, her crime, way more in detail, is that one of her servant girls got pregnant out of wedlock, and apparently she had completely no compassion at all about the ordeal, and ultimately drove the girl to commit suicide. So she's a pretty cold-hearted person.
It's really dark up there. I need a light source.
Okay, we have a flashlight, right? But no batteries for it? Why would you want to use a flashlight indoors, though? That's gonna, like, wake everybody up. Come on, move over. Without batteries. And then I don't actually have any batteries anywhere, do I? Pouch tobacco. I also got a helpful hint about how to actually decode the code. I think we combine the Bible with the cipher. Is that what it said?
I can't get them to fit.
No. Okay, maybe it's the other way around. Whatever, we don't need to do that right now anyways. So, there must be batteries, like, imminently nearby.
Interesting painting. Birds don't appeal to me, but someone here certainly fancies them.
Sorry I keep on clicking on stuff I've already looked at before.
It's too dark to move around in there without stumbling.
I just can't see very well. Okay, maybe a candle. Candle would make more sense, because I feel like a flashlight at this time of night would just wake people up, and then that would not be very sneaky of us. Anything else in the supply closet we didn't get before? Okay, we have a little scooper. Yeah, large metal scoop.
I don't need to lug this around with me.
Is there nothing else?
I don't need it. And I'm no pack rat.
Oh, I'm no pack rat.
The larder is very well stocked.
That feels like it's a clue for something, but I'm not sure what the larder being stocked has to do with anything at the moment. Is this
Copper
the churner?
pots, just as I'd expect.
Okay, here's something we ought to do. Let's have a closer look at this record. Can we put it down and... Wait, what does it say? Record with hello written on this side.
Let me
What's it-
examine this further.
What does it say on the other side? Goodbye. Okay.
I wonder what's recorded on this side.
Yeah. If there's a separate label, what does it say? Record written with goodbye on the side.
That doesn't make sense.
Sure it does. Put the record on the thing.
I won't do that.
Why not? Okay, now you do.
I'm pleased to see at least one of you has thought to turn the record over. Any good house party should include party games. This weekend is no exception.
Oh boy.
I've devised several little games of the mind to challenge your wits, and I hope you find the rewards for each to be worth the effort. You'll have to discover my little amusements on your own, however. I've scattered them all over this delightful island retreat. I hope that you will find them suitably entertaining.
I like this guy. He's such a like murderous evil man, but he's so much fun. Can I pick that up again? Where's the hitbox? Well, that's cool. Okay, so he reminds me of Truman Capote in Murder by Death. If you've never seen Murder by Death, it's a funny movie from the 70s. It's just a spoof of all the Agatha Christie murder mysteries.
Fresh flowers. Quite pretty.
Okay. So that's, he's hidden little games around the island is what he's saying. I wonder if we're going to tell anybody about that side of the record. That'd be an interesting thing to withhold. Okay, and now I go back to looking for a light source. Okay, I just read a very helpful comment from one Jeremy St. Clair on the last video, who says that apparently I need to use the flour
It's a full
scooper
sack of flour.
on the sack of flour. I'm gonna be amazed if this is real. It gives me a small amount of flour, okay. Is there anything else in there?
There are some batteries buried under here.
Why? I thought he was pulling my leg. There's actually batteries in the flour? And I don't even find them on the first scoop? I have to scoop again? What the hell is that about? That's so ridiculous. Oh my god, I would have never found that.
Voila.
Oh my god, it's literally
That
turning into
doesn't make
Poirot.
sense. That isn't going to help.
Put the flashlight away. Okay, thanks so much, Jeremy. I would have never found that. That is a ridiculous place to store batteries, to say the least. I'm surprised that none of them got baked into the cake. Okay, now can we go exploring in the dark?
I won't do that.
Yes, you will.
That isn't going to help.
Sure it will. Okay, I guess he just automatically uses it, yeah. Okay. So what are we gonna do up here? Everyone's asleep.
Locked.
Yeah, I'm not sure what we need with these people. Oh, this door's open. Isn't this the back hall, though? If there's more puzzles to come, like that batteries in the flour.
Whoever it is, please leave us. My wife needs her rest.
Sorry about that, Rogers.
Not at all.
Okay, so Rogers is with his wife in the back room. Okay. Let's get up top. This door's open too. Whose room is this?
The body was thoroughly searched. No
Oh.
need to disturb it now.
It's fucking Marston's room. Okay, I hope you're sleeping well, Marston. So they said they searched the body, but I guess they didn't find anything important. Whose bathroom does this connect to? Did I just enter someone else's room? Oh my god, wait, are you sleeping? Is there someone sleeping in this bed? Jesus, what are you doing in here, Narracott? Oh, it's the old man. Why are we doing this? Why are we snooping around while they're asleep in their rooms? This seems like a worse idea than doing it in broad daylight. Well, I don't think there's anything important in here. So is that how we're gonna do it? We're going to get into the one room through the dead man's bathroom, and then we're just gonna keep on sneaking into other rooms. I don't know whose room this is, but oh god, she left it unlocked. I think this is the older lady, Miss Brent. Or maybe it's Claythorne. It could be Claythorne. I don't know, I can't see her from here. Is that? Yeah, I think that's Vera Claythorne. Okay, so are we just going to be going through the unlocked doors and then in and out of people's balconies? Is that how this works? No, that's Vera. That must have been Miss Brent in that last room. This is creepy. Why are we doing this?
It would be incredibly improper for me to go through a lady's luggage. I won't do it.
Yes, incredibly improper for me to go through a lady's luggage, but I will just go creeping around her room while she sleeps without her knowledge. Nothing wrong with that. Natural. Oh my god, you'd think more people would lock all their doors after someone was just murdered in front of them. Slurk Gruck. Now that is some onomatopoeia right there. Let's just go back out to the balcony. I guess this balcony is roofed, which is why our guy is actually out here.
Another seabird. This one looks like an albatross. Shocking.
How shocking. Statues of birds on this island. Very shocking.
A hawk with a fish in its talons.
Yeah.
The bird theme is starting to get to me.
Now, can we do anything with this, Oh, we can take the tripod, too. I only ever took the telescope earlier. Can I combine the telescope and the tripod in my inventory?
They don't get along.
Yes, they do. You literally found them together. Never mind. See if I care. Is there a missing bird here? Looks like this is supposed to be a bird sconce, but we can't look at it. Nothing else over this way. Okay. I guess we're supposed to just keep on snooping, but I'm not really sure what we're supposed to find now. I just kind of want to explore the rest of the island. Okay. This is Vera's room, I think. Or is it, Blor's room? Yeah, this is Blor's room. What's this? Have we already seen this? Blor's letter of invitation? We looked at this, right?
I copied the contents into my notebook.
Maybe we didn't see this before. Let me just have a quick look. Yeah, okay, this would have given too much away. Blor's letter. Mr. Henry Blor, as an ex-CID man, and now private detective, you come highly recommended to me. It's my wife's jewels, you see. She simply won't keep them locked in the safe. And this house party we have coming up has got me worried, I can tell you. Your instructions are as follows. 1. Join the house party my wife and I are giving the weekend of August 8th on Shipwreck Island off Sticklehaven. 2. Pose as a guest and keep your eyes on the other guests. Dr. Edward Armstrong, a hardly street man, quite well thought of, I believe. Emily Brent, a spinster lady of strong moral beliefs. Vera Claythorne, my wife's new secretary. Philip Lombard, something of an adventurer, I believe. General Mackenzie, a retired military man. Anthony Marston, the sportsman, younger son of a minor dukedom, a long way from any worthwhile title or any worthwhile occupation from the sound of him. Judge Wargrave, recently retired, supposed to be an absolute tyrant in the courtroom. A rum lot, if you ask me, but they are my wife's guests, so I am stuck with them. There was also a butler and a housekeeper by the name of Thomas and Ethel Rogers. We hired them through the Regina agency in Plymouth. They seem trustworthy enough, but who knows. 3. Keep an eye on them all, and the jewels I'm sure my wife will have on display at every possible opportunity. I've enclosed what I understand is your standard retainer. If the weekend goes without incident, there will be a sizable bonus as well. Yours truly, Ulrich Norman Owen. Look at that. He actually signed with full letters instead of just unknown. Maybe UN Owen is a person. Maybe not. Laura, how's it going? You getting some good sleep? Okay, maybe he's enjoying his sleep a little too much. Well, hey, now we have that invitation. We hadn't seen that before. I don't think there's anything else in this room. Well, now what? I must say I'm a bit puzzled by the lack of puzzles.
It's locked fast.
Have we checked every room? Whose room was this?
He's as tight as an owl. I expect nothing could wake him up. Morning is coming. I'd best get back to my bed.
Oh shit, that was fast. So Lombard sleeps tight, sleeps heavy.
Well, I didn't get much rest, but at least I have something to show for it. I'd best see if everyone has come down for breakfast.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's important. We should see if, anyone fucking died in the middle of the night. Oh, wait a second. Lombard was dead when we went into his room, wasn't he? That's why he wasn't making any snoring noises. Shit. Lombard? Lombard, dude, you're kind of interesting, and you also were onto something. You recognized Owen's voice. Please tell me you're still alive. Okay, he's there.
If what Narracott told Vera is true, and mind you, I take anything he says with a grain of salt, then they will not be sending a boat until at least Monday, even if the storm clears.
Wise to remember, Narracott's the odd man out here.
Yes, thanks to you, I believe, Blore.
At least nothing else has occurred.
Damn,
I
Vera,
hope
lace
you
that
are
shit up.
correct, Miss Claythorne. However, I feel compelled to draw your attention to this table's centerpiece.
Now 2 are broken. How odd.
God.
Mr. Narracott, good morning.
That's me.
Since Mr. Marsden won't be joining us, there is an extra place for breakfast, although breakfast itself seems to be a trifle behind schedule.
I'm afraid there is no breakfast at present. Mrs. Rogers has not been able to carry on this morning.
What's the matter with the woman? I was
Wait,
promised
she's
fresh
dead?
apple juice this morning.
I must tell you a sad piece of news. Mrs. Rogers died in her sleep.
Well, that is unfortunate. Shit, that makes me feel like Rogers is the villain. Because, like, Rogers was with her the whole night. She couldn't have been poisoned or anything unless it was like a slow-acting agent in her system. Oh, and now the rain's back, too. Damn it. I was looking forward to going outside. What do you make of this, Detective Blore?
You're a detective, Mr. Blore. Any theories?
I appreciate you recognizing the fact there's a professional present. I'd like to know what she had to eat or drink last night before she collapsed.
Rogers assures me she had nothing whatsoever.
Of course he would say that. But see here. They've done a murder and gotten away with it. Now she's all hysterical, likely to give the show away. She's a danger to her husband, that's what she is.
Oh, I should hardly think a man would do that to his wife.
So we're starting to think that Rogers... It's a tricky situation. How could they have done that?
You said you knew something about the history of this island.
Most of the old stuff can be found in the library. Its more recent history is just as interesting, though. But I'm not inclined to divulge that just yet.
That is
Oh,
all for
come
now,
on.
Mr. Blore.
You'll be dead before you decide to talk with me. How about you, mister? You said you thought you recognized Lombard. Yeah, Lombard is a person of interest to me right now because he says he thought he recognized you and Owen's voice on the gramophone, which says to me that he's probably, probably going to be a very important piece of the story. Which is why I thought that Lombard would be the first one to die, or the second one to die.
General, you said you thought you recognized Lombard.
Did I? Yes, I expect I did. But I fail to see what business it might be of yours.
Oh my god. Dude, we're literally getting killed one by one. I think we have some entitlement to transparency
Any
here.
theories about Mrs. Rogers' death?
I'm sure Mrs. Rogers wasn't to blame. A good, loyal woman.
Do you mean Mr. Rogers? I don't know. He doesn't even know what he's
Did you
saying.
hear anything in the night?
I thought I heard a voice calling my name. My wife. She died several years ago. I expect it was a dream.
Thank you, General.
Okay then, General. I don't even know his name. Everyone just calls him General.
Any theories about Mrs. Rogers' death?
Conscience.
What do you mean by that?
She was accused, together with her husband, of having deliberately murdered her former employer, an old lady. You all saw her last night. She broke down completely. The shock of her wickedness brought home to her was too much to bear. She literally died of fear.
Possibly, if there was cardiac weakness.
Call it. if you prefer, an act of God.
That is all, Miss Brent.
You would know something or two about an act of God, wouldn't you? Okay. Lombard, you are the man of interest. You said you recognized Owen's voice.
You said you recognized Owen's voice.
I've had time to think it over, and I'm sure I did. But I see no reason to share that information with you.
What is with all these people being so damn hard-nosed?
Any theories about Mrs. Rogers' death?
We know that she consumed something last night. Dr. Armstrong told us so.
I, Mr. Lombard?
You gave her a sedative.
A small dose of Tylenol, nothing more.
Doctors have made mistakes before.
You're suggesting
So has this
I
one.
accidentally gave Mrs. Rogers an overdose.
Accidentally or otherwise. One death may have been an accident or suicide, but two in the space of a few hours?
That's what I'm
Simply
saying.
Outrageous. Man of my standing.
Any more questions, Mr. Narracott?
Did you hear anything in the
Did
night?
you hear anything in the night?
I'm a very light sleeper. In future, I hope everyone will bear that in mind. Yes, several times I heard something.
I thought he was
You
sleeping
didn't
heavy.
investigate?
With a judge, a detective, and an amateur sleuth in the house, you hardly need my poor skills in that line. I prefer to keep watch.
The hunter in his blind?
A good analogy, Judge.
Good day to you, Mr. Lombard.
I like Lombard. Lombard and the judge are probably my favorites. Let's speak with him now.
Any theories about Mrs. Rogers' death, Judge?
I'm afraid it confirms my opinion that there is something very wrong on this island. It occurs to me that if these two deaths were not suicides or accidents, that Mr. Owen may
Suicides.
very well be responsible. If so, he is almost certainly on this island somewhere.
I agree. I think we should find a way off this island immediately.
Well, that's gonna be kind of difficult thanks to the Wonder Cop over
Did
there.
you hear anything in the night?
I confess I slept fitfully. Marsden's death, the storm, but I heard nothing. Possibly also due to the storm.
Understandable, Judge. Quite understandable.
Yeah,
Mr.
it's
Narracott,
quiet.
can your boat be repaired?
Why don't you
I
ask
doubt very
Blore?
seriously it can be repaired. Mr. Blore did a good job.
That shit was
Steady on.
perpendicular to the ocean.
I didn't know then how the land lay, did I?
So you say.
If you find a means of leaving the island or of signaling the mainland, I'm sure we would all be in your debt.
Ham
And
radio.
I'm sure all of us would help in any way we could.
Here, here.
We're never going to leave the island. None of us are ever going to leave.
Well, that's kind of... It's kind of pessimistic.
I am grateful for your assistance, Judge Wargrave.
Oh, wait, there was something else to talk to him about.
What were you hinting at concerning Marston's politics?
Only that he'd become mixed up with some foreigners. I think that's all I'd better say at present.
I appreciate your candor, Judge.
I am pissed that everyone is being so secretive on this island. I feel like they're all in on it, and they're literally just trolling me. What about you, Doctor?
What was the cause of death?
Impossible to say
Asphyxiation.
offhand.
There must be an autopsy.
I certainly couldn't give a certificate without one.
When did you find
When
out?
did you find out?
Rogers roused me at first light. He'd gotten up to light the stove and see to the power generator before waking her. When she didn't respond, he got me.
What was the time of
Can
death?
you tell when she died?
Without an autopsy, not for certain, but it must have been some hours ago. The body was, quite cold.
Did you hear anything in the night?
No, although it appears I should have.
If you'll excuse me, Doctor.
Maybe we should go speak with Rogers if he's not too grief-stricken. Mr. Rogers, that is. I do like, though, that we're formulaically killing off people one by one, so there's less people for me to have to consider as suspects. That is helpful to my
Rogers.
detective skills.
So sorry to hear about your wife. She seemed a good sort.
Thank you, sir. Still, one mustn't dwell on the past. There is much to be done.
He's taking it like a champ.
Sorry to ask you this. Any thoughts on your wife's death?
She was a good wife. A bit high-strung, but we made a good team. I often didn't give her credit for that, I'm afraid. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I wasn't kinder to her these past few years. I'm sorry I didn't listen to her that night.
That night? Is this to imply that you were the one who said that we should murder the woman?
Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary since you arrived here, Rogers?
Just this, sir. This house is more like a museum than a residence. I've dusted every square inch, and I've found articles left behind by many previous owners, including the Robsons, that actress, and even the Admiralty. The only owners who seem to have left no mark at all are Mr. and Mrs. Owen.
It's because they probably don't even exist.
Did you hear anything in the night?
I may have heard something at our bedroom door. I'm not sure. I slept in the bath so as not to disturb Ethel.
Oh, man.
If I'd been in the room, I might have noticed. I might have been able to get the doctor in time.
Nonsense, man. There's nothing you could have done. Don't reproach yourself. Thank you, Mr. Rogers.
No, there was totally...
Chapter 3.
The
8
murder
little
happened.
sailor boys traveling in Devon. One said he'd stay there, and then there were 7.
Yes, we get it. You know how to
Rogers
pronounce
didn't let
Devon.
his wife's death get in the way of his custodial duties. I assume everyone has gone off on their own pursuits. I should do the same.
Okay, custodial duties, going off on our own pursuits, so... Sounds like the storm has stopped, though. How about next time we go off and have ourselves a nice look at the island?